Hello and welcome to yet another episode of YA's favourite game show, Dystopian Bingo, with me, your host, Ms. Stevie Finnegan, and my charming and rather glamorous assistant, Ms. Stevie Finnegan. Disclaimer, yet another may actually mean first and only ever. In addition, favourite may simply refer to a lack of competition. Work on the glamour. Anyway, we've got a fantastic lineup for you all today. In each and every one of your video descriptions, you will find a 4x4 grid of depressing futures. Yours to print off, recreate in smudgy biro, or even glare at on Tumblr. To play Dystopian Bingo, all you have to do is read or have read some dystopian novels. When you can cross off entire lines of books you have read, you will win this week's fantastic prize, which is Triumphant Waves of Self-Satisfaction. Further disclaimers, waves of self-satisfaction may be invisible, and not really all that triumphant feeling. Postage and packaging not included. Okay, I'll give a better prize. Stay tuned to the end to find out what it is. For now, let me walk you through the dystopians I have deemed worthy to play bingo with. In the top left-hand corner, we have all the Mockingjays, Susan Collins's The Hunger Games. Now, this is a freebie. I'm throwing it out to you. The Hunger Games arguably introduced YA to dystopia and then giggled behind some well-concealing shrubbery as the two began their torrid affair. If you haven't yet read The Hunger Games, there is nothing I can add to the 2 million pleas already out there promising you will like it. Now we go beyond the traditional bingo numbers somewhat to 1984, 1984. Orwell's dystopia has become so firmly ingrained in our culture and our fears that concepts such as thought crime, Room 101 and Big Brother have just become part of the vernacular. It's a book you really can't avoid for very long. A step further to the right and we have Margaret Atwood's A Handmaid's Tale, beloved by English teachers everywhere for being wholly examinable and yet not succumbing to utter dullness. A brilliant book for considering gender roles and actually documenting how an extreme society such as it features could come about. Philip Reeve's Mortal Engines is dystopia on wheels. His steampunk, predatory towns present a world in which nothing can stand still. The ground is a cursed place, and adventures abound. The Killables is one of Gemma Malley's great dystopians. It features the common dystopian theme of labelling people according to their worth, and then killing those society deems unworthy. I've actually got an entire video dedicated to this book, so do click on the cover right now if you want to learn more. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick moves from technological advances to out-and-out sci-fi. Its android hunters really do question what it means to be human. We by Yevgeny Zamyatin is one of the earliest dystopias I'm featuring. Supposedly an inspiration to many of the others here, it features a world of manufactured music and of people known only according to a series of numbers and letters. Moira Young's Blood Red Road is an apocalyptic dystopia, set in a world that, if once ours, is now no longer recognisable. It follows a sister moving through the wastelands in an attempt to find her lost brother. Divergent by Veronica Roth is highly reviewed on my channel if you want to check it out. It shows a society in which people at the age of 16 choose one trait to dedicate their life to. It's generally the book I recommend to people wanting more when they've finished and loved The Hunger Games. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, a dystopia that considers scientific advances and industry. Its children are moulded in commodities, and it predicts and takes to an extreme antidepressant drugs in its pill Soma. Wither by DeStefano, my dystopia of the year for last year. Again, do click for a full review. Another that considers gender and relations in its stolen girls and its sister wives. An utterly beautiful book with characters that just stay with you. Uglies by Scott Westerfield, in which everyone looks the same and everyone looks beautiful. A Clockwork Orange by Burgess. It was immortalised in the striking imagery of its film adaptation, and yet the book definitely stands up to it. Brutal yet vital. If nothing else, read this book for the NADSAC, a language you take to so intuitively. Shades of Grey. Not between them and not 50 specifically of them. Just Shades of Grey. By the fantabulous, inconsensuous Jasper Fforde. God among slightly lesser, spongier gods. Now, when I first read this, I didn't classify it as dystopia. Partially because I'd already read Jasper Fforde and had a special genre-transcendent place carved for him in my heart, but also because when I read this, I considered it more of an alternate world rather than a future world. Regardless, I've seen a lot of other people's reviews where they have classified Shades of Grey as dystopia, and I will never pass up an opportunity to recommend Jasper Fforde with all the enthusiasm I can shovel down my camera's lens. So, dystopian it is. Think of a world in which you're segregated according to your ability to see certain colours, with killer swans and terrifying lightning storms. Then add loads of humour and intense cleverness to it, and you will have Shades of Grey. And then there is Matched by Ali Condie, recently recommended by John Green himself. A book in which who you love is decided for you. And that, my viewers, is 15. But if you've been following your video maps carefully, you'll notice that I've skipped a book. Legend by Marie Lu. And the reason for that? I've got one for you. Penguin were kind enough to not just send me one of these books, but two. So I'm going to give one to you guys. Do click on the cover now if you want to watch my original review of it and see if it's worth winning. If you would like a chance to get it, simply post in the comments down below. There are a few things I'm willing to accept in way of entry to this competition. Firstly, you can tell me how you've done at the game. How many of these dystopias and which of these dystopias have you read? Or, alternatively, you could berate me for which dystopias I've left off. What do you think was worthy of this game that I've completely forgotten about? Do tell me down below. The competition will be open for 1 week, and then I will announce the winner in one of my upcoming videos. Anyway, guys, I'm off to explore a future not entirely unlike my own present. I will see you in my next video. Bye.